Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are fit and fine in this pandemic. Today, we are going to start chapter number 16. The name of the chapter is Producing Food. In this chapter, we are going to study about how the food is produced, how farmers grow crops in their fields. So, let us get started. We all need food to live. We eat a variety of foods. Have you ever thought where is this food grown? This food is grown in the field by farmers. Let us know about the process of growing a crop. First is preparation of soil. In this, plowing is done. Plowing is the process of loosening and turning the soil. This is done by a wooden or an iron plow. Animals are used to pull the plow in smaller fields. Plowing in bigger fields is done by tractors. Advantages of plowing. It loosens and aerates the soil so that the roots are able to penetrate deeper and breathe. It brings nutrient-rich soil to the top so that plants can use these nutrients. And it helps in the growth of microorganisms and worms in the soil that add humus to the soil and maintain its fertility. After plowing, the soil is leveled with the help of a leveler. Advantages of leveling. It crushes big chunks of dry soil. It helps in uniform distribution of water, and it presses the loosened topsoil and prevents soil erosion. Second is sowing of seeds. After the preparation of soil, the seeds are sown in the field. The seeds sown must be healthy and of good quality. There are two methods of sowing seed. First is by hand, in which the farmer scatters the seeds in the field. This method are having some disadvantages, like seeds fall in a cluster at just one place. The seeds do not get into the right depth and birds pick them up. Second is with a seed drill. A seed drill has a funnel-shaped opening leading to long tubes. These tubes are attached to the plow. Seeds are put into the funnel. As the plow makes furrows in the soil and seeds are deposited at the right distance and right depth in the soil by the drill. This method is better than sowing seeds by hand. Transplantation. The seeds of certain crops are not directly sown in the field. Instead, they are first sown in nurseries. Later, the seedlings are transferred to the field. This is known as transplantation. Plants like rice, chilies, and tomatoes are grown by the transplantation. Third, use of manure and fertilizers. Plants use the nutrients present in the soil for their growth. So, the soil becomes poor in nutrients. Farmers add manure and fertilizers to make the soil rich in minerals and nutrients. Manures are made from animals and plant waste is decomposed by microbes. Fertilizers are man-made chemical compounds. They are rich in minerals. Number 4. Irrigation. Water is essential for the growth of plants. The process of watering plants in the fields is known as irrigation. Agricultural land is usually irrigated by canals, wells, and tube wells. Nowadays, sprinkler irrigation and drip irrigation system is used for irrigation. Irrigation in fields should be proper because both excess and less amount of water is harmful. Many unwanted plants grow along with the main crop, and these unwanted plants are known as weeds. They compete with the main crop for water, nutrients, and sunlight. They retard the growth of the main crop. So, weeds must be removed. The process of removing weed is called weeding. Weeds can be removed by hand or using tools like trowels and harrows. Nowadays, farmers use chemicals called weedicides to destroy weeds. Crop protection. Protecting plants from pests. Spray pesticides and insecticides to kill pests and insects. Put up scarecrows to scare away birds. And protecting plants from diseases by soaked in fungicide seeds and antibiotics before they are sown. Fungicides and antibiotics are sprayed on the standing crop. Next is harvesting. When the crop becomes mature, it has to be cut close to the ground. The process of cutting mature crop plant is called harvesting. It is done either manually by sickles or machines called harvesters. Threshing. The process of spraying grains from the harvested crops is known as threshing. Threshing is done by spreading the harvested crop on the ground and then walking over it. Animals such as bullocks and camels are used for this purpose. In large farms, a machine called thresher is used for threshing. Winnowing. After threshing, the chaff is removed from the grains by wind. This is known as winnowing. In this process, the threshed grains are made to fall from a certain height. The seeds, being heavier, fall directly to the ground, while the light chaff falls separately and the wind blows it away. 10. Storage of grains. The harvested grains are dried in the sun. The clean grains are then put in gunny bags and transported to godowns known as granaries or silos. It is a dry, cool place protected from rats, insects, and birds. How we get food from grains? The harvested grains are stored in silos. They are transported in truck to the wholesale market for sale. Shopkeeper and vendor buy food grain from these wholesale markets. We buy food grains from shopkeepers and the food grains brought by us and cooked and eaten. This is how we get our food, and this is called the journey of food. Our population is increasing at an alarming rate. We need to increase our food production. Farmers are using scientific methods, modern irrigation facilities, manure, fertilizer, insecticides, pesticides, and weedicides to increase food production.